Listen up, hockey fans. You're in the right place. A no-hold-barred debate between two hockey fans. Stay up to date on current issues in the NHL, even the controversial ones. Welcome to The Debate Hockey Podcast with your host, Brad Burud.
Dermott turned around in his own zone. Pierre Engvall into the middle of the ice. That's stolen away. Artemi Panarin in front. Strong scores!
It is time for the Debate Hockey Podcast, episode number 85. We are recording this on December 30th, 2019. I am the host of the show, Brad Burud, joined alongside my co-host each and every week, Blake Friars. And Christmas is in the books, man. It's about, it was a good Christmas. I had a great one with my family, and I hope you did too, Blake. And it's a fun time of year.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of my favorite times of year. It's a chance to eat some good food, open up some gifts, spend some time with family. And then I guess a bonus is having the World Juniors on around the same time too. So it's a big deal here, and it's awesome time of year for sure. Yeah,
it definitely is. And you said about eating. Are we still on for our challenge here after the New Year?
Yeah, definitely.
Are you
definitely.
sure?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, well, I have to start feeling better. I got a bout with either bronchitis or pneumonia. I don't know what the hell I'm dealing with, but
pneumonia. What?
I can't sleep at night because I keep coughing. I think I slept 20 minutes last night.
I'll tell you what.
Ready to die.
At the hotel last night in Calgary, I probably slept 45 minutes. It was brutal.
Oh, it's killer.
I was up like every 10 minutes.
Oh, it's killer. You know what, though? I like the holidays and everything, but I like getting back to our routine, too, and getting back to normalcy. And a couple of weeks, you'll be back in the States, and we'll be side by side doing this podcast. But you know what? When we do a remote like this, it's still a lot of fun. So you deal with whatever you can. I got a question for you before we get the show started. Okay, now during the Christmas break, the NHL takes the 3 days off.
Yeah, the freeze, yeah.
No. Where they don't play. The freeze is transactions, but they don't play. No, it's different. But they don't play.
Yeah, from the 23rd to the 26th.
Yeah. Do you like that?
Yeah, I mean, why? Like, I don't think they should be playing hockey on Christmas. I mean, Christmas is supposed to be playing, like, hanging out with your family and stuff. Like, I get like the NBA does that type of stuff, but. Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to see them play on Christmas Day, but I don't know. It's just
I respect that the league doesn't.
Yeah,
I really do. I really like that they don't. I think it's good that they give the players time.
It gives like a mental reset. I mean, it's like 3 days off.
And they have families and kids too, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, that's what it's all about. And I respect the NHL for doing that. I know a lot of people bitch about it and say that this is when the league should be, promoting. No. Let the NBA do their shindigger thing. Nobody cares anyways. So let's let our players be with their families and have normal lives. And then the weekend after, like the day after Boxing Day, like I get pumped because it's usually good rivalry games in the National Hockey League.
Yeah, I mean, right out of the gate, Calgary plays Battle of Alberta for the first time. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
First Battle of Alberta comes on December 27th.
I know. Now we play them 2 times right away in January again too, and it's like, holy cow!
A couple tough games for Calgary there. They beat Edmonton pretty handily, and then I just went to the game against Vancouver there last night. It's a really good hockey game actually. We can talk about that later on in the show if you want, but
I don't want to. You?
Why not?
Well, other than the fact that it's cool that you got to go, it was kind of a boring game, I thought.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, of course I did.
Calgary just looked like a step behind in all game.
They were not on last night at all. They just weren't. They just didn't look good from the drop of the puck. They didn't look good.
I couldn't believe how many times they missed the net.
Oh my God!
Like they get the puck in the slot and be over the net off the glass. I was just like,
it was just absolutely nothing. No flow to the game. No nothing.
You knew who looked horrible?
Can I pick a few guys? Matthew Tkachuk?
Johnny Gaudreau.
Oh, he's horrible. He's been horrible all year.
Like the guy forced so many passes. I was just like, wow.
I don't even think this is a bold prediction. He will not be a Flame next year.
Yeah, I don't think he will be either. Like I think
this summer they're going to move him. I don't think he wants to be in Calgary. Like Johnny Gaudreau is
how many years do you have left on his deal? 3?
He's got 2 more years, I believe, at 6.75. Here's
this
the deal.
Year and 2 more?
This year and 1 more, I think.
Okay.
Here's the deal on him, though. What bothers me the most, is he talented? Yeah, he's talented. Is he fast? Yeah, he's really fast. But here's the problem I have. I don't see any signs that he plays for his team. I see signs that he plays for himself.
Mm-hmm.
And all he's worried about is himself out there. And hockey's not like basketball. Like, you can't play for yourself. You have to play for your team to be successful.
Sounds like a couple guys I know that play for the Blue and White.
Who?
The Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know if you meant the Canucks. No, the Canucks are blue and white, too, you know.
Oh, they're blue, white, and green. Come on.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I don't know. I don't know. It bothers me. And a couple other things. Let's talk about what's going to be on the show today. There's some stuff that bothers me on the show today. First, we're going to talk about Tortorella ripping the officials in the league. Then we're going to talk about how Roenick's mouth finally clinches his career, I think. Then we're going to go around the league, talk about Ovie the All-Star, Scary Wilson, the Devils, Leafs injuries, Holtby, goals, Kreider, Carey Price. I added that just for you, Blake. I did.
All right.
Because I got a good one on that. And then we're going to kind of recap and chat a little bit about the World Juniors. A big thanks goes out to our sponsor, UBGM. Weekly, daily fantasy hockey. No money, just pride.
Hey, hockey fans, are you ready for UBGM.com? A brand new daily fantasy hockey app designed and built for hockey fans by hockey fans. Do you have ideas that would make your daily fantasy hockey experience better? Sign up as a VIP at UBGM.com/the debate. Add your voice to the growing community of UBGMers. You'll get a sneak peek at the app, plus an opportunity to tell us what you like and what you want more of from daily fantasy hockey. Join us today at UBGM.com/the debate. UBGM, we love hockey.
John Tortorella is back at it. Columbus Blue Jackets coach John Tortorella was not happy with the officials and, God, for the league for that matter, after a 3-2 shootout loss to Chicago. Blake, did you see the press conference?
I did, and I actually loved everything that he said. I mean,
I.
Everything that was said in that, I agreed 100%. I mean, the officiating has not been very good this year, and nobody has said anything about it. And leave it up to John Tortorella to do what he does best.
He was bang on, though.
He was bang on. The refs got to do their jobs, and if they didn't do their job correctly, I mean, they should be getting called out, and that's what happened. And I wish more players and coaches did that, because refs got to be held accountable too, right?
He's going to pick up a fine for this, that's for sure.
Who cares? I'm glad they pay the fine. If it gets recognition to the league, I mean, sure, you'll pay the fine, no problem.
What do you think the fine will be?
The number?
Yeah. I
could find like $50K.
How do you think he gets any games suspension?
No, he won't get suspended. Because the AHL is probably like, oh shit, he's right.
No, they defended their stance, of course. Big shocker.
Well, they had.
Then Tortorella had to come out with an apology today, which was, I felt bad for him even having to do an apology, because that's so stupid. Because, like, what he said, he gave the chain of events of how it all happened, and they were like one thing after another after another. And quite honestly, he was right on. He was right on the money. And if none of this happens and that bad calls don't happen, his goalie doesn't get hurt. Now Korpisalo is out with a lower body injury. It's just he is right on the money here. And
so the whistle blows. The whistle is blown at 19.2 on the clock. For some reason, the clock is run down a second and a tenth to 18.1. For whatever reason, I have no idea. So instead of resetting the clock, we have them tell our captain we're not going to do it. Toronto doesn't step in. Refs don't do their freaking job. And now we lose the game, and we lose our goalie. So the chain of events, if it was done right, we don't lose our goalie, we win the hockey game. So all this technology, right? The technology and getting things right, the stubbornness tonight by the officials and by the league and Toronto, however it's supposed to work, screws us. It's ridiculous. I'm not taking any God.
I loved it. I laughed. I laughed my ass off.
Yeah, I saw it last night after the hockey game. But I mean, John Tortorella has been known for his sound bites, right? And he's not afraid to speak his mind. And I love the passion and the sticking up for your team in that situation. But there is a line. I don't think he crossed a line.
What do you mean?
Did he cross the line in your opinion?
I am, Blake, I want to be honest with you. With all of the stupid shit that has happened off of the ice in this league this year, I'm not so sure I even know where the line is anymore.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good point.
I think he probably did, in the fact that he swore, which I don't have a problem with, but the league does, and that he directly called them out and said that it was
okay. But if the refs so if you don't do your job, if you mess up,
no, I'm not saying it's wrong, Blake. I'm not arguing with you.
I'm just saying, so if somebody messes up at their job, and somebody calls you out on it,
yeah, but
like,
you don't
usually.
Concept. I agree with you, but you don't usually do it in the press. You haven't heard like IBM doesn't have a press conference and say,
do
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, but sometimes that's the way it has to happen because
I couldn't agree with you more. I agree with you more.
You're not going to go up and you're not going to email the ref.
What it's going to do? It's going to do no good.
Sometimes media is actually really useful.
Have you ever heard a ref say they're wrong?
Oh, well, the refs are always right, eh? Always. Don't know what goal interference is. Don't know what an offside is.
Hey, you know what you need to do after this podcast? You need to go onto your YouTube and you need to type in Air Force hockey coach referee. And he has a rant. I can't remember what his name is, and I know his name too. And I'm drawing a blank right now. But it is the funniest thing you'll ever listen to. It is the funniest thing you'll ever listen to. But I thought Tortorella was right on the money. He's been, you know what? The thing is, everybody gets mad at him for his press conferences, but they're right. He's right.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is right on the money, and I feel bad for this team. This team's is behind the eight ball, and they're doing everything they can, and quite honestly, they're playing a lot better hockey than they should be playing with the talent they have. And then you get screwed over like that.
Like they're 6 points of a playoff spot.
Can you believe that?
Well, it's kind of shocking. I mean, they've gotten points in the last 10 games.
I know.
They're 6-0-4.
It's pretty good, huh?
Yeah, that is good. 10-game point streak. I mean, you can't go wrong with that at all. I mean, I'm looking at the standings right now. I cannot believe, can the Detroit Red Wings play in the AHL next year?
Hey,
my goodness, man.
We've seen teams worse, though, Blake.
For how bad they are, I hope they don't get the first overall pick, just because this is just a disgrace.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I don't know.
Like it's obvious that it's
I feel
obvious that
bad for this team. Oh, well, no, they're not.
8-31, 9-31.
So you think they're tanking? You think they're outright in the locker room going?
I really think they're saying let's tank.
No, I think that the management is not putting players in the right positions to succeed. But I don't think the players in the locker room are saying, "Hey, if it's 3-2 tonight, let's make sure we shit the bed here."
I don't know, but like seriously,
I don't think that's happening.
Looking at that record, it's just like holy Christ.
They're to the cap, buddy.
Yeah, I know. And they got 9 wins in 40 games. That's pathetic.
It reminds me of your Canucks a couple years ago, dude.
Dude, don't get me going right now. Canucks are hot right now.
Oh God,
second in the division.
I know. You already got the.
Just leave me alone.
You got the highlighter out. You already planned the route for the parade. I know.
Leave me alone.
You and the Leafs have got together, and you guys get to write a book on this.
Hey, man. Canucks' first 5-game win streak in 6 years. Leave me alone.
All right, moving on. Let's talk about another guy that can't keep his mouth shut. And this is one that when I listened to it, I was like, this is like a train running off the tracks and the conductor of the train stepping on the gas even more.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Well, first, let's preface it. I'm talking about Jeremy Roenick. And you need to go listen to it. He was on Spittin' Chicklets talking about him and his wife, who are friends with Jeremy Roenick's work partner, Catherine Tappan. And they went on a personal trip, not work-related, to, I can't even remember where, overseas to some resort that's fancy and nice. And he spent the week with them in the pool, walking around with this two beautiful blonde ladies, and he described it as tits and ass everywhere, and talked about threesomes and how he'd be open to that, but it won't happen. And Blake, I don't know. What are your thoughts on this madness?
Did you listen to the whole episode?
I listened to the whole episode.
Okay,
so yes, I know his relationship with Catherine Tappan. I know everything.
Okay, so I think with what he said, it was obviously wrong. But I think that they have a unique relationship that, I mean, obviously she knows that he's just joking around. Obviously. Obviously.
Well, I thought that too. But I'm gonna preface two things here quick, okay? When I was listening to it, I listened to it all the way through, and I went and I listened to it again just to make sure that I wasn't losing my mind. And the guys on Spittin' Chicklets are probably the crudest guys you're ever going to meet. Entertaining as hell.
But, it's funny.
But they're over the top crude, right?
Yeah, they like to mess around, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I got the impression that they were like, oh, shit, don't say this.
Yeah, well...
they even tried to stop him.
You heard RA. He's like, oh, coworker, watch out.
Yes, and they're trying to redirect Roenick. And Roenick is like a freaking moron on drugs. And he just keeps at it and doesn't let it go. And even the guys in Spittin' Chicklets were like, oh, God, this is going wrong. This is a train wreck.
Here, let me ask you something then.
Yep.
If they thought that, why wouldn't they just edit that out of the podcast?
Well, okay, here's why. Blake, me and you run a podcast, right? If we had a guest on that gave us that unbelievable content that would get us millions of listens and make our sponsors do cartwheels, me and you would have been like,
okay,
hell yeah, we're putting it on there.
Okay, but they could have been like, okay, JR, like, we listened to the podcast again. Probably shouldn't have said that. Do you mind if we cut this part out?
I agree with you.
They probably could have went something along those lines. And like I was listening to the episode, the
So you don't think those guys thought it was over the top? Because you even said it. They said, whoa, watch out, coworker.
Yeah.
Like they knew.
They knew. So I mean, why wouldn't they just like contact JR and be like, all right, like you kind of crossed the line here. Like, are you okay? Like, do you want us to edit this out? Like, because he went on there for a good cause. I mean, he was talking about.
Do you think
talking about his charity and stuff?
Do you think JR was maybe like, oh, I said it, let's put it on there, and thinking he's not going to get in trouble because he's a superstar in the National Hockey League?
Well, no, I mean, obviously he broke the code of conduct for NBC Sports. That's obvious.
Do you think he's going to get fired?
Well, he's suspended indefinitely or not. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't think he should get fired for this.
Oh my God. I didn't think he was going to get fired until I heard Catherine Tappan's response. And she's not happy with it. She's not happy with it. She said it was terribly unprofessional. He's my friend. I'll still be his friend. But what he said was completely and utterly wrong. You don't go there with a friend or a coworker.
Yeah, I didn't see her response.
I mean, she said she's still going to be friends with them, and she still is friends with that family. But she says you don't go there with a friend or a coworker.
Yeah.
And I agree with her.
I'll have to read that.
And I'm not like the most politically – I'm not even close to the most politically correct person. Actually, I try not to be politically correct because I get so damn sick of this PC world we live in. But when you're talking about a coworker, that's just a line like, man, you just can't go there, right?
Yeah.
I think he gets fired.
You think so?
I do. How do you not? Don't you, if you're NBC Sports, whether if you have like a 1% chance that Catherine Tappan will sue you, like, because if they keep him on.
So are you talking sue NBC Sports?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, then she'd be out of a job then.
No, she wouldn't. It'd be against the law to fire her. You can't fire somebody for filing a sexual harassment claim.
It's not.
That's a slam dunk sexual harassment claim. Slam dunk. If they don't fire him and she files a claim, let her write the millions of dollars check out.
Yeah, that's a good
He's
point.
history. He's history. It's a slam dunk. I could be her lawyer and win. I mean,
okay, easy with that.
How do you screw that up, Blake? He said it on a freaking national. It's national public radio.
And like the Spin Chicklets is a big deal. Like that's one of the biggest
huge podcasts. It's the large. I bet you know what?
I'm pretty sure it's the largest in the world.
It's the largest hockey.
No,
it's in the top 5.
Sports.
I bet it's in the top 5. No, there's got to be a football baseball.
No, dude, I don't think there is.
Yeah. There's got to be. But I would bet it's in the top 5.
Okay, it's in the top 10 sports in the world.
Absolutely, I'd say top 5.
Yeah,
top 5. I mean,
yeah, like
I know people that I work with a guy that doesn't even like hockey, and he listens to it because it's funny as hell.
Yeah, it is.
I don't listen to every episode. I listen to them here and there.
I do. They come out Monday, Thursday.
I don't listen to every one of them. I listen to
I don't even listen to music in the car anymore. I throw podcasts on.
I don't either. I listen to podcasts. I listen to so many different hockey things. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You ready to go around the league and talk about some different things?
Sure.
Alexander Ovechkin not attending the NHL All-Star game.
Yeah, why? I honestly don't blame him for this because I think the NHL has to go to the drawing board and rethink how to go about the All-Star game.
Okay, can I rip on you now? I completely and totally agree with you that they need to change the All-Star format. Mm-hmm. But it's not right now. And he was voted in by kids and fans. Mm-hmm. And he owes it to the sport that pays him because he's a superstar to go.
Okay, but he already put his time in.
I don't give a shit. Then he's. What do you mean he already put his time in?
How many All-Star games have you been to? 12?
I don't care. Did you ever see Wayne Gretzky do this?
Was there even really an All-Star game back in the day?
Yes, they were a lot better. Too.
Okay, listen here. You want to
go
hear
back
my?
and watch them. They were actually good hockey games back then.
You want to hear my proposal?
No, I don't give a shit. I'm just saying I agree with you on changing the All-Star format. I'm with you, Blake. I've given 100 scenarios of different ideas. I got podcasts out there that have different ideas. I'm sick of giving ideas. Actually, I wish they'd scrap the whole goddamn thing. But
yeah,
that's not going to happen. But this is a event for the fans.
No,
and
I
you know
get
what?
that.
You owe it to your fans. Those fans are the ones paying them hundreds of dollars to come watch him in Washington and to cheer for him and to be a fan of his. God damn it, it's one weekend. You go play. You go play. There's guys in the league that would give their right arm to say they played in an All-Star game, whether it be your 12th or your first.
That's what I was just going to say.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's wrong.
Honestly, they should just make it a youngsters tournament.
No, it's an all-star game. So
no, it isn't. They don't take the best players. It's really not an all-star game.
It's voted by the fans. I never said it was the right system, Blake.
No,
I never said it's the right system. Well, it kind of.
Only
the
four players are voted in.
Okay, well, he was one of them. He was one of them. He was one of them.
Okay, but it doesn't make sense because
I'm not going to argue with the system. I don't like the system either.
Detroit, who is 9-28, has a guy go to the All-Star game.
Well, every team has to be represented. That's the way it is in every sport.
Dumb.
I never said it was right, Blake. I don't like it either. But what I'm saying is that if you're voted in,
it just doesn't make.
If I was a league, I'd say you're going or it's a 10-game suspension.
I don't think that would fly.
With who?
With the PA. That would not fly.
So what happens now? So let me ask you this.
What do you mean what happens? He serves a 1-game suspension.
Okay, so what happens if 15 guys say that? So it's like the Pro Bowl in football then.
Well, I mean, that's the biggest joke in all sports.
Well, we're not going to be far away.
I mean, like, I don't like the All-Star game as is, so I really don't want to comment on it. Like, it's so dumb. Yeah. I used to like the All-Star game because there's like all the best players, and then they decided to take from every team.
Blake, you know why?
And now it's just stupid.
You know why? You know what? But listen, Blake, you know why you liked it? Because you were a kid. Kids love it, man.
I get that.
I liked it too. I liked it too when I was a kid. Kids love it, man. And that's what this is for. He owes it to his young fans to be there. Yeah. He's being selfish. And I'm sick and tired of hockey players being selfish. Selfish is for the football players, the basketball players. Come on, hockey players, we're better than that. Okay, moving on. Is Tom Wilson the scariest player in the National Hockey League?
Joining him out wide, Jacob Lilia, creamed by Tom Wilson.
He might not get up after that hit, Joe.
Kukin getting in the face of Wilson. Lilia dazed and confused on the backboards.
Second huge hit that Tom Wilson has doled out. One in the first on Wenberg. This one on their goal scorer, Lilia.
No.
He's not, huh? Because he is. If my favorite team's playing the Capitals, I worry about somebody getting hurt.
Oh, obviously, yeah, you're going to – well, I would be more scared of Ryan Reeves than Tom Wilson. Yes.
Tom Wilson is dirtier than Ryan Reeves.
Okay, but Ryan Reeves hits like a truck.
Did you see the hit on Tom Wilson laid just the other day?
Yeah, it was a clean hit. I give him props.
I'm not saying it was dirty, but holy shit.
Okay, but if you asked me, would I rather get hit by Wilson or Reeves? I'd rather get hit by Wilson.
Oof,
Reeves is a big dude.
So
Reeves
Wilson.
Is a big dude. He's not as big as Reeves.
I think
Reeves has got 25, 30 pounds on the guy. Go look it up after this podcast. You'd be surprised.
I don't know.
I would not want to mess.
You want
to
bet or something?
I would not want to mess with Reeves.
I wouldn't want to mess with either one of them. But Tom Wilson.
Okay, so going back.
Tom Wilson skates better than Ryan Reeves.
Yeah, he does.
So I have to worry about him actually catching me and hitting me. Ryan Reeves, I don't need to worry about it. Ryan Reeves is on the ice 6 minutes a night. I can live with that. But Tom Wilson actually plays a shift in the league. He plays. You know?
Going back to that hit against that youngster Columbus, I think it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Lilia?
It was a clean hit, just a very unfortunate landing. Would you agree?
Yeah. But you know what? It was really close to not being clean, though.
What do you mean? It was shoulder to shoulder.
I agree.
It was
I said it was clean. I know. It just, I don't know. Yeah, it was scary, actually. It was actually scary. I was afraid he was really, really severely hurt. The New Jersey Devils are not good. Is it time for a full sell-off in New Jersey?
I mean, who can they trade?
PK Subban?
Nobody's taking him.
I agree.
Unless they eat half his salary.
No, nobody's taking him. Wayne Simmons?
They could trade. Wayne Simmons will be gone. He's on a 1-year contract.
Will they trade it? Would somebody want him?
Oh, absolutely. Somebody will want him for a playoff run.
Yeah, I agree with you, Blake.
That guy's a proven scorer in the playoffs. He's been there before. I think a team would want a guy like Kyle Palmieri if New Jersey decided to part ways with him. Mm-hmm. He's a proven goal scorer in this league. Andy Green, longtime captain there. I could see him possibly getting moved. That's about it, because the rest of it's kind of like a young core.
Yeah.
Maybe a guy like Jesper Bratt. I don't know if New Jersey would want to part ways with him. He's kind of young, part of that core. But, like Green, Simmons, and Palmieri would be the three that stick out to me if they do decide to sell.
Things are bad in New Jersey. Did you see the other night when Severson scored on his own goal in overtime to give the Leafs the win?
Yeah, when Nylander shot it off him. Yeah.
Well, he didn't shoot it off him. He shot it into his own net. It was bad.
Yeah.
Did you see when Toronto Maple Leafs player Ilya Mikheyev got his wrist cut?
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, it's just an unfortunate injury, man.
It's happening more and more, Blake.
I know. It seems like we talk about this every damn week.
I know. Did you know that the NHL – I didn't know this till today. Do you know the NHL is a laceration task group?
Yeah, I read about that today.
Yeah, crazy, huh?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a topic that's talked about in the upcoming GM meetings and meetings.
There is equipment out there to help reduce this. I'm not saying it's going to eliminate it.
It's on the gloves, but the players don't like wearing them. So that's on them, no?
It is on them, but at what point is GM's going to say, because here's another thing. In shot blockers, to prevent
the GM could be like, all right, I'm giving you $6 million, you're wearing these damn gloves.
Yep. That's what Calgary does with shot blockers. Well, every player has to wear them.
And with Johnny Gaudreau, remember he kept getting slashed, and then they made him wear those gloves, right?
They made him wear wrist guards.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant, yeah.
Yeah. Why would you not want to wear them as a player? To me, that's silly.
I don't. Yeah, more protection the better, right?
Oh my God, I don't want my artery cut. Holy shit.
Yeah, he's out months, isn't he?
4 months, 3 to 4 months, man.
Yeah.
It's scary stuff, though. You could die. I don't know. That's scary. Braden Holtby and the Capitals won't talk contract extension till the end of the season. If you're a Capitals fan, does this scare you?
If I'm a Capitals fan, I'm shitting my pants.
How about as a Canucks fan with Markstrom?
Well, they are already talking, so I don't think
okay.
I don't think that's relevant.
I just try to stir the pot, buddy. That's all my job is, buddy.
But yeah, if I'm a Capitals fan, I'm absolutely shitting my pants, because this is your franchise goalie, and you're gonna go into the off season with no contract. But John Carlson went into the offseason with no contract. He got signed. TJ Oshie went into the offseason with no contract, and he got signed. So,
yeah,
maybe the ownership more comfortable doing that, and it causes less of a distraction with the team. But it's definitely a risk. I mean, if Holtby tests his free agent, he might walk. I mean, he's got his cup. I mean, if he can go out and get more money somewhere else, I mean, he might go.
It's
Who knows?
definitely a risk, I think.
Calgary might sign him.
We don't need him.
I'm just busting your balls.
You know
Riddick
what, though?
Bad last night.
Every goalie has their nights.
Okay, I got a question for you. Speaking of Calgary.
Yeah.
Riddick is top 2 in minutes played.
Yep.
Do you think they gotta go with Talbot more? Like you gotta think they gotta go to him more, eh?
They actually have lately.
Well, like
Talbot's played 4 times in the last 10 games. So that's a trend that started as soon as Jeff Ward took over. That is a trend that started.
Yeah.
So
because like I feel like Peters didn't like.
No, Peters rode Riddick every day. Well, we don't know. We weren't in there. We don't know. But
yeah, like,
I
think
that trend has already started.
I think Talbot's got to start at least 15 more games.
Oh, yeah, I think he will. And I don't worry with Cam Talbot in net.
Oh, he looked good. He looked good once he came in.
He hasn't looked. You know what?
His numbers.
You look at
Calgary's. How good he plays.
Calgary's played 41 games, right? They have had bad goalie outings maybe 5 times this whole year. Goaltending is not the problem in Calgary. There isn't a team out there that doesn't have nights where their goaltending sucks. It happens.
Yep.
It happens. Yep. But if you look at Calgary's games this year, all 41 of them, I think they're at the midpoint right now. Goaltending's probably been the problem 5 times. 5 times tops. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it? You want to talk about goaltending here? I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
I saw this on a Montreal Canadiens forum yesterday, and it said in the last 2 games, Montreal has scored 9 goals.
Yeah, and they're 0-2.
And they have 0 points to show for that. Now tell me that Carey Price is the best goalie in the world.
He is the best goalie in the world.
Okay.
I really think he is.
Okay.
But I mean, like, the thing is, okay, you can say they scored 9 goals all you want, okay? I watched the game against Florida. They gave up way too many 2-on-1s. Way too many 2-on-1s. And they took too many penalties. You can't give a team like Florida 5 power plays. Like, that offense.
It's kind of like, and I'm not repping your team, but it's kind of like Vancouver the other night. They beat LA, right?
Yeah. And they got outshot 50-21.
But they got outshot 50-21, and Markstrom had to completely bail them out. And if that team went in the locker room and said, hey, good job tonight, guys, that'd be embarrassing as hell.
Oh, no, yeah, I mean.
They had to go in the locker room and say, thank our lucky stars here that our goaltender was good tonight because we did not deserve to win.
No.
What kind of internet service do you have in Canada there?
It's not very good. I don't have very good Wi-Fi here.
You're cutting out on me, dude. So we apologize, but hey, it's just the way life is. You're gonna have to do it. All right.
But obviously you're not gonna win many games. You're getting up 6.
No.
But
you better not.
I mean, they're Montreal's getting healthier. They're getting healthier. They got Kotkaniemi back. They got Victor Mete back. Honestly, I wouldn't be worried about Montreal. They're 2 points out of a wild card spot. They're 3 points out of 3rd in the division. Like they'll be fine.
Like I brought the Carey Price thing up for a couple of reasons. Number one, that you can't judge a book by a week, or much less a game.
A week?
Yeah.
Just look at Carey Price's track record.
Listen to me. You're not listening to what I said. You cannot judge a player or a team based on a week's worth of play. Carey Price is a very good goalie, and Carey Price isn't going to let in 9 goals in his next 2 games.
No.
right? Just like
So what the hell are we talking about?
well, just like right now, Calgary's struggling, and you bust my chops about it, and Vancouver looks like they're
I
going to
was
win.
just joking.
I know. I know, but I have to reel you in on a lot of times. Not even with Vancouver, but you got to look at the big picture. Carey Price is a good goalie. He's not been playing real good lately, but he's a damn good goalie. But I got a question.
Okay, so you wouldn't take Carey Price in your team?
I just said
Stop
that.
lying to me.
Did I not just say he's a good goalie, not playing very good this week? He might be the best goalie in the league next week. He's fully capable of it. Every player has its bad moments.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I got a question for you, though. I know you look at the scores and watch the highlights every single day. Mm-hmm. What in the hell is going on with all these goals that are being scored? Did you see some of these scores this week? 9-6, 8-1, 6-5,
7-1, 6-5.
What in the world is going on? Is it because of Christmas break and players are losing their minds, or what?
Like that first, like going back to that LA Vancouver game. That's the first game after the break, right? For Vancouver, and I was just like, "Holy shit!" Like they better pick it up. Turkey legs, little slow starts. I don't know. I mean, it just shows you how much of a skilled league this is, right? I mean, it's all speed and skill, and the technology with the sticks is getting better, and pucks are getting shot harder, and that's the reason for more goals.
It's crazy how this week, just all of a sudden, we have the holiday week, and it's just goal, goal, goal.
Yep.
Chris Kreider.
What about him?
Should the Rangers act sooner or later on him?
You mean in an instance of a trade?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely he needs to be traded. I don't care if you're...
Do you think he'll bring a high price tag?
What's that?
Do you think he'll bring a high price tag?
Yeah, he'll get a first-round pick. Somebody will get a first-round pick. Somebody will trade a first-round pick for him.
Okay.
Or a second-round pick and a couple prospects.
Now, I'm going to name 5 teams that I've heard are in the interest in
Kreider. Vancouver is one of them.
Oh, well, then name 6. That's 6.
I would love to have Chris Kreider.
Colorado, Boston, St. Louis, Pittsburgh, Calgary, and if you say it, Colorado.
Yeah.
Or not Colorado, Vancouver.
Yeah.
You wish your team was Colorado.
I don't think Calgary can afford him unless they eat money. Because I think he's getting like 5. He's getting 5 something.
If you give a lot, they might eat some.
Well, I mean, unless
I'm not saying I don't think he'll land in Calgary. I don't. Wait a second. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. You just said I don't think Calgary can afford him. Well, I don't think Pittsburgh can. I don't think St. Louis can. I don't think Boston can. And I sure as hell don't think Vancouver can.
Well, no, you'd have to get creative. I mean, if Calgary trade like a first round pick and like for a leak, that deal can get done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you think that? Yeah. You think probably that would happen? Maybe.
Yeah, I think that could happen.
Okay, then you better rephrase your. I don't think Calgary can afford him. I don't think any of those teams besides Colorado.
You'd obviously have to trade Cap back and get an asset, right?
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why do I feel like whoever gets him is going to be disappointed? Just a gut feeling. Just a gut feeling. It is. It's my gut feeling. I think whoever gets him is going to be like, ugh.
Yeah.
That didn't work.
I mean, he's been good, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You want to talk a little bit of World Juniors?
Yeah, we can.
Let's cruise through it. Canada beats U.S. right away. Then Canada gets crushed by Russia. Your big gun got hurt. What's his name?
Alexei Lafreniere.
Yeah, I know. I know what his name is. Sounds like he's going to be back.
I don't think so. I don't think so. His agent said if it's they sent the MRIs to Ottawa and Montreal today, and his agent came out and said if there's a risk at re-aggravating his injury, he's going to be out of the tournament. So
Sure.
It's not looking good for that, but I mean, Canada's got a lot of good players that can step up.
So what can you tell me about the Russia game?
They just didn't get good goaltending. That's just bottom line. I mean,
They didn't score though, Blake.
but they didn't get good goaltending. When your goaltender lets 3 goals on the first 7 shots, it just deflates your whole hockey team.
Oh,
It just deflated them. Like after, they had a good start. Canada had a good start to that hockey game, and when your goalie lets in 2 goals in the first 3 shots, it's just like, all right, what the hell has happened? I mean, your goaltender's got to make a save. I would have gave him the hook after 3, and they waited till 4 goals, and by then it's 4-0. It's way too late. No matter how good Canada is up front, you already dug yourself a 0-4 lead.
Bueno gets suspended for a headbutt. I thought that was
That's so ridiculous.
why he headbutted him.
He barely touched his visor. Just ridiculous.
He headbutted.
The IIHF has the stupidest reffing ever, dude. It's so ticky-tack bullshit. It's not even funny. It is.
It's called the same for both teams, though.
Yeah, but these guys are used to.
I'm just.
American standard.
I want you to hear something though. If you can blame 6-0 on your goaltending and the officials,
I'm not blaming the refs on the reason why they lost.
Okay.
I'm just saying, but I am saying your goaltender needs to make a damn save.
No, I agree with you.
3 goals on 7 shots, that's not good enough.
But your top-notch high-end forwards need to bury the puck then too.
I get that, but I mean that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Oh well, we beat Germany. We're gonna beat the Czechs, and we're gonna get first in Group A thanks to our buddies from down low.
Yes, and I sent you you better thank me for this one because U.S. beats Russia 3-1.
You said you're welcome, and I was like, what the hell is this guy talking about?
I just texted you and I said you're welcome.
I looked at the score. I was like, oh, all right, that's what he's talking about. But
yeah, we saved your bacon.
Yeah, appreciate that.
So I got one other question for you. Your captain Barrett Hayden doesn't take his helmet off during the national anthem.
Yeah, that was a joke. Definitely very disrespectful. And I didn't like his apology at all.
I didn't either.
He said oh, I was processing the game. The game's over. What are you processing? It's the anthem. It's common sense to take your damn helmet off. And I think it was very disrespectful. And I don't blame the Russians for not shaking that guy's hand in the lap.
I wouldn't either.
That guy has played in the NHL. He's an NHL player.
He disgraced. He
knows better.
It was an immature move. It was an immature move. And it laid disgrace on the whole country of Canada. And Canada's not like that.
No.
Canada's one of the most respecting, patriotic places I've ever been in my life.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Canada.
Nope.
And it's bullshit that the country has to deal with that immaturity. And you know what really bugged me the most about it, though, Blake? Why didn't the Hockey Canada say, you know what, dude? You're not playing next game. Listen. Our patriotism and the way you represent our country is more important than winning.
Yeah.
You don't act that way. So you're going to sit down and you're going to watch a game and then you'll learn and you won't do it again. But you know what? I was talking about this with another guy today and he says, well, wait a second. The guy from Sweden threw his medal into the stands. I'm like, yeah, and that was disrespectful and stupid too.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't just because somebody else was immature and stupid doesn't justify that your guy should be immature and stupid. And you know what's funny about that whole thing? You know the guy that threw his medal into the stands?
Yeah, it's Lisa Anderson.
Yeah, the goofball's asking for a trade out of the Rangers now, and he's done nothing in his career to prove any worth to somebody else.
Is it crazy to say that I wouldn't mind him on my team?
Well, if you want somebody he's selfish.
Reunited with Pettersson.
He's
reunited
selfish.
With Pettersson.
Well, you might get him. Be careful what you wish for, man.
Nikolai Goldobin and a 4th-round pick. He can have him.
You be careful what you wish for. You got 3 questions for me?
I do.
All right. That's up next. 3 questions.
InsideEdgeHockeyNews.com.
It's time for 3 questions.
It is time for 3 questions. Blake, it's your show tonight. You get to ask me the 3 questions. I'll be back asking the questions next week.
Okay, first question. Pacific Division logjam heading into 2020 here.
Oh, God.
Who
Why
comes
did I
out
know-
of who
Why
comes
did I
out
know
alive?
this question?
Who comes out alive?
What, you want the top 3 teams?
Yep. Or 4 if you got one of them as a wild card.
No, I don't.
You really don't, eh?
I don't. I'd love to say I do, but I don't. It's going to be 3 teams, and I think they're going to be – do I need them in order?
Yeah.
Vegas, Calgary, Vancouver.
Really?
That might change next week.
I'm going to go with Vegas, Vancouver, Calgary. And then
Big change there, Blake.
And then the wild card will be Arizona.
No.
I think Arizona will hold on to the wild card.
They're struggling right now.
I just don't think that, like, the Central – I don't think there'll be 5 from the Central this year.
I do.
I think you'll have Colorado for sure, St. Louis for sure.
Yeah, Winnipeg for sure.
Dallas, I'm not sold on yet.
I am.
Nashville.
Nashville.
Although the Nashville's not making the playoffs. I honestly don't think Nashville's making the playoffs. Call me crazy for saying that, but
well, I call you crazy every week, dude.
If they don't make the playoffs, I think Laviolette's getting fired.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he got fired midseason. Okay, question
it's
number
mid-season.
2. With Taylor Hall traded, what do you think is the most important piece on the trade block?
Chris Kreider.
I would agree.
Quick question.
Yeah, I mean,
moving on.
Okay, with Tristan Jarry playing so well, does Pittsburgh trade Matt Murray? And if there is a team, where do you think he would get traded to?
Vancouver. I'm joking.
Oh, get out!
I'm joking. Would they trade him? No, I don't think they'll trade him.
No.
Should they trade him? Yes.
Okay, but
who would want him?
Yeah.
San Jose.
Yeah, but they can't get rid of that contract.
You just asked me who would want him. So I got to go through all the contracts. There's only like 6 teams that could afford him.
I'm talking about a team that like can have flexibility to get rid of a goalie.
Do you know how many teams have? You know how many teams have cap flexibility?
He could go to Edmonton.
What?
Matt Murray?
They're on the hook for Smith and
yeah, but Smith only a 1-year deal.
And Koskinen.
Smith's only a 1-year deal.
Okay, so how are they going to fit him in this year?
Koskinen's got 2 more.
3.
Well, obviously, 2 more after this year. Yeah.
Do you think Edmonton needs a goalie? Because Koskinen's been fine this year.
Yeah, they need a goalie.
They need more than a goaltending.
Goaltending is a disaster.
No, it's not.
Go look at the numbers the last 10, 15 games. It's a disaster. You saw that firsthand against Calgary.
Yeah, but their whole team was a disaster that night.
Did you see the weak goals?
Yeah, but their whole team was bad.
You saw that Myers' second goal, the 5-hole goal? Koskinen landed like 3 of those against Calgary.
I don't know. You know what the thing is? Even if Pittsburgh wanted to move him now, which I don't think they would or will do.
The guy is like no confidence.
I don't like Matt Murray. I never have. Me and you have both.
Like if they could redo that, they definitely give Vegas Murray.
That's obvious. But we both have been a critic of his. I think there's a lot of teams that would want him, but I don't think anybody right now has goaltender flexibility to do anything about it.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Was that 3 questions already?
Yeah, you want me to do a 4th one?
Sure, fire away. What the hell?
Okay, so like you said that you would make changes to the All-Star game. Like,
No, I'm not talking about the All-Star game.
Why
No,
not?
I'm not, because I've talked about it 100 times. I've given my ideas. God, we've talked about it on our podcast.
You didn't give me your ideas though. You said you had ideas, but you didn't.
You want to know what I would do for the All-Star game? I'd get rid of the goddamn Winter Classic is what I would do, and I would play the All-Star game a normal East versus West outside. There, that's my idea.
Oh, I like that idea.
That's my idea. I came up with it 2 years ago. That's my idea.
Cool. That would be cool.
Yeah, it would be really cool. Because you could have 80,000 people there, and everybody could see the Stars play, but then I'm sure it would be too cold for Ovechkin to play. I don't know. You come up with something. All right, listener question. Jesse Leduc from Springfield, Missouri. We've never had a Missouri question. Are you ready for this one, Blake?
Yeah.
Who is the best goalie in the NHL so far this season? Took me a while. Took me a while to come up with this. It did. Then I came up with it, and I'm steadfast on my decision.
Okay.
And it's not Carey Price.
No, it's not Carey Price. You know who I'm going to go with?
I want to know.
I'm going to go with Darcy Kemper.
Oh, good, because smart minds think alike. 15-8-2, 2 shutouts, 2.17 goals against, .929 save percentage. And this team has went on a 3-game losing streak since he got injured.
And
their only 3-game losing streak of the year. Darcy Kemper is critical to Arizona's success. He's been a machine.
He's week to week too. I think he pulled his groin, and that
scary could be injury.
That for a goaltender, like Luongo pulled his groin in 2009, and he was out like 5-6 weeks. So
I know
it's definitely a scary injury for sure. But they got Antti Raanta, and he's a capable starting goalie, and I think Arizona should be all right without him.
We'll see.
But yeah, I'd definitely go with Kemper.
Me too. Check out the debate on Twitter at Debate Hockey. Rate and review us on iTunes. Make sure you check out our sponsor, UBGM. Next episode, Blake, you know what we're doing? Mid-season standings review. That's what we're going to do next week.
Mm-hmm.
We can tell how crappy our predictions at the beginning of the year were and tell everybody who's going to win the cup from here on out. Happy New Year from Blake and I. Be safe. Have a blast. Next week, predictions mid-season. Thanks for listening. See you then.
Hey, hockey fans, are you ready for UBGM.com? A brand new daily fantasy hockey app designed and built for hockey fans by hockey fans. Do you have ideas that would make your daily fantasy hockey experience better? Sign up as a VIP at UBGM.com/the debate. Add your voice to the growing community of UBGMers. You'll get a sneak peek at the app, plus an opportunity to tell us what you like and what you want more of from daily fantasy hockey. Join us today at UBGM.com/the debate. UBGM, we love hockey. Get connected. The Debate Hockey Podcast can be found on Twitter at Debate Hockey. Also, make sure you check us out on our Facebook page, The Debate Hockey Podcast. Brad Burud can be found on Twitter at Brad Burud, and co-host Blake Friars can also be found on Twitter at Friars_Blake. If you like what you hear, please rate and review us on Apple Podcast. The Debate Hockey Podcast can be found on all major podcast players. And please consider subscribing to the Inside Edge Hockey News on Patreon. That'll get you exclusive content and much more. Thanks again, and enjoy the hockey action.
Kevin Bieksa had come up and had a word with Westgarth a moment ago, and now Bieksa is going to face off against Westgarth, so the defenseman moves up for the Canucks.
Tortorella at the Vancouver bench is already looking at the
and here we
Calgary
go.
bench.
Line brawl to start this game.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Debate Hockey Podcast with your host, Brad Burud. For more great content and to stay up to date, visit InsideEdgeHockeyNews.com and on Twitter at InsideEdgeHOCKE and Facebook at Inside Edge Hockey News. We'll catch you next time.
This has been a production of Inside Edge Hockey News Radio, copyrighted and distributed by the Inside Edge Hockey Media Group.